Madden is a complicated game full of hidden tips and tricks that if you don't know can cost you many games. Which is why I'm going to break down 20 tips that will instantly improve your Madden skills and help you win more games whether you're a beginner or an advanced player. So let's get into it. At number 1, start destroying press man defense with the curl route glitch. If your opponent is running a lot of cover 0 blitzes or is running man coverage with no safety help over the top, put a receiver that is off the line of scrimmage on a curl route and custom stem the curl route to its max distance by pressing Y or triangle, selecting your desired receiver that's off the line of scrimmage, and custom stem the curl all the way up by holding LB or L1 and moving the left stick up until the route reaches the top. At the snap, you will see the custom stemmed curl route immediately beat the press man defense for an easy throw over the top and possible one-play touchdowns if there's no safety help. One of the most effective blitzes and pass coverage defenses in Madden 25 is to play DB Fire 2 in the formation Dime 3-2. To set up the blitz, turn on base alignment under coaching adjustments. Then pre-snap, the adjustments are to pinch the whole defense by pressing RB or R1 and down on the left stick, then slant the D-line inside by pressing left on the D-pad and down on the right stick. QB contain by pressing RB or R1 twice and user one of the linebackers and hover over one of the guards while making sure you have the green blitz radar over your head. At the snap, you will see the slot corner blitzers come in free for easy sacks while still maintaining great pass defense. This blitz also comes in sending only 4 players, so if you want more players in pass coverage, set up the blitz the same way we did before. Then, for better pass defense, you can man up one of the slot corners onto the offense's biggest threat, creating a lockdown hybrid defense while having the 4-man blitz scream off the edge. Another pass defensive setup you can run is called double Mable, which will guard popular routes like corners and crossers running towards the sidelines. To set up the play, go to coaching adjustments in the play calling menu and put flats on 30 and curl flats on 5. Pre-snap, set up the blitz like we did previously. Then to create the double Mable defense, we will add 2 additional adjustments, which are to shade down to convert the soft squats to hard flats, because hard flats are the only light blue flat zone that will drop back fast enough to the exact zone drop distance we set. The next adjustment is to put the slot corners in curl flats, which are set at 5 yards. So if the offense runs a setup like this with a crosser, drag, corner, and streak up the middle, you will see that the drag will be covered by the 5-yard flat, the crosser will be guarded by the 30-yard flat on the sidelines, the corner will be guarded by the other 30-yard flat, and the running back streak will be guarded by the user. Scoring touchdowns inside the red zone can be the difference between winning and losing games. So I'm going to show you one of the best red zone setups that will have you scoring every time. Pick the play mesh spot in the formation tight open. Be sure to have the ball on a hash mark and to have the running back on the far side of the field. The adjustments are to put the outside receiver on the running back side on a flat, the middle receiver on a slant, the middle receiver on the other side on an in route, and custom stem the route up to the back of the end zone and put the outside receiver on a hitch. Your reads will go from the wheel, the slant, the in route, and then the flat and hitch as check downs. At the snap, if the flat and the slant pull the defenders away from the wheel, laser the ball to the wheel route for an easy dot. If the wheel is defended, take a look at the slant. If the hitch pulls the defenders away from the sidelines, throw the ball to the slant in the open window for an easy toe tap grab. Lastly, if the first 2 reads are guarded, take a look at the back of the end zone. If there's an open window, laser the ball to the in route for a big time tutty. If you're struggling to stop the run, start checking the run fits of the defensive plays you call. If you hold the right trigger and B or O, you will see what each defender's assignment is on a run play to the right, and if you hold the right trigger along with X or square, you will see the defender's run assignments for a run to the left. The plays cover 2 zone and cover 4 are the best run defenses in Madden. Cover 2 can be great for stopping stretch run plays because the outside corners are assigned to an outside run fit, which could help stop outside runs. In cover 4, the safeties are assigned to come downhill to stop the run, which can be great for stopping any type of run play in Madden. The flood concept is one of the best offensive setups in Madden to get easy yards, all because of how it attacks multiple areas of the field. I'll be showing you how to run it out of the play Z key spot in the formation bunch. In this play, put the bunch side on the short side of the field, and for the adjustments, put the outside receiver on a streak and put the solo receiver on a 10-yard in. Your reads go from the flat, the corner route, and then the in route. At the snap, if you read that the flats are open, throw the ball to the flat for easy yards. If you read that the flats are guarded, take a look at the corner. If the streak pulls the deep zones up the field and the flat pulls the short zone down to create an open window for the corner, throw a dot to the corner for easy yards. If the corner and flat are guarded, take a look at the in route. If there's an open window up the middle, laser the ball to the in for an easy gain. To play lockdown defense, start mixing match coverage into your defensive scheme. Match defense is a zone defense where zone defenders change into man if certain receivers enter their zone. You can find match coverage plays with the purple rectangular boxes that say match on the bottom left. The best match defense to use is cover 4 quarters because of its ability to defend one of the best plays in the game, bunch verticals. When you inevitably run into an opponent that spams bunch verticals, pick the play cover 4 match, preferably out of the formation dime 3-2. And with just a few adjustments, we will create a hybrid zone and match coverage defense to shut down bunch verticals for good. First, go to coaching adjustments and put auto alignment on base. Then scroll down to zone drops and make sure these are set to default. Pre-snap, the adjustments are to put the safety on the bunch side on a deep half and move the safety up to help guard seam streaks. Then man up the linebacker on a 3-rec on the running back and user the slot corner on the running back side. At the snap, you will see that every route is guarded. The quarter flat will match onto the outside wheel route for a second to defend quick throws. And then, once the tight end runs up the seam, the defender will quickly match on to the tight end, tricking the QB into thinking the receiver is open, leading to easy interceptions. The linebacker will follow the running back since he's manned up. The outside quarter will match onto the outside wheel once he breaks upfield. The deep half will be helping over top in case a defender gets beat. And on the back side, the safety on the inside quarter will match onto the crossing route. And as the user, you can help guard the crosser or any route you read get open. Throwing high balls by holding LB or L1 when making a pass can be extremely powerful, as it'll make it harder for defenders to catch interceptions and can help put balls over defenders' heads where only your receiver can make a play. For example, if you're in a situation where you're running a flood concept and you read that the corner could be open, but there's an underneath defender ready to lurk the throw, you can hold LB or L1 while aiming the left stick up and pressing the receiver's icon to throw a high ball pass lead over the defender's head for easy dots. And you'll see in a similar situation, if I were to pass lead this ball without highballing, the defender will easily be able to disrupt the pass. You always need read progressions in every pass play you call, which means you should know what receivers you'll look at in a specific order pre-snap. An easy example of a read progression is in a setup like this out of the play bench throw return with a streak, drag, post, and return route. Most of the time, you always want to start with the short routes and work your way upfield since the deeper routes take longer to develop. So in this play, the first read is the drag. If the drag is guarded, you then look at the second read, which is the return route. If the return route is guarded, you then look at the third read, which is the post. Going through read progressions will help you scan the field better and not throw random passes straight into coverage. One of the easiest ways to get more stops on defense is to disguise your zone coverages using base alignment. You can turn on base alignment by pressing the right stick in to get to coaching adjustments, scroll down to auto alignment, and change the auto alignment to base. Base alignment places your defenders in the exact same way pre-snap no matter what defensive play you call. For example, if you call a cover 3 with the alignment on default, an experienced player will easily be able to read this as a cover 3 because a cover 3 has 2 outside corners 8 yards off the ball with 1 high safety. But if we turn on base alignment while choosing the exact same cover 3 play, you will see that the alignment is totally different with 2 high safeties and outside corners 8 yards off the ball. You will also see that if we were to audible to different plays, the alignment will not change, making it harder for your opponent to predict what you're running since every setup looks the exact same. You can create your own cover 3 one-play touchdown by putting a slightly stemmed up post route in a streak on the same side of the field with the streak to the inside of the post, since the streak needs to be ran up the middle of the field to push back the deep middle third zone. On the other side, put a receiver on a comeback or a slightly stemmed down corner route. At the snap, you will see the inside streak pull the deep third up the field and the stem down down corner route, pull the outside third down, creating a ton of space over the top for a one-play touchdown to the post route. The best ways to stop one-play touchdowns is to put a deep half on the side that you think the play is going to. For example, against a meta play, double post in the formation bunch offset, one of the best setups is to put the middle receiver on a streak, which creates a one-play touchdown setup versus cover 3 or 4. And knowing double post has a post on the bunch side, you can put the deep half on your outside corner or safety on the opposite side of the bunch set, which will give you a better chance at stopping one-play touchdowns, as deep halves play more towards the middle of the field and do not get pulled down by pull routes. One of the easiest ways to create a one-play touchdown versus cover 2 is to pick a play that has a fade route like PA verticals in the formation bunch tight end. Since the weaknesses of a cover 2 zone are the deep sidelines and middle of the field, we can easily exploit these weaknesses using the fade to set up a one-play touchdown by putting the bunch side on the far side of the field. Then put the middle point receiver on a flat, the inside receiver on a vertical, and block the running back. At the snap, you'll see the streak pull the deep half towards the middle of the field and the flat keeping the flat zone low, which creates a ton of open space on the sidelines to throw a one-play touchdown to the fade route. To lower the chance of fumbling, you can turn on conservative running by going to coaching adjustments in the play calling menu and scrolling down to ball carrier and turning on conservative. This will lessen the chance of fumbling even when getting his-sticked. But when conservative is on, you will not be able to make any skill moves. If you need a yard or two in a pressure situation, you can turn on aggressive running, which will give your ball carriers a better chance at breaking tackles with the risk of greatly increasing the odds of fumbling the ball, especially when getting his-sticked. If you want to make adjustments as fast as the pros, start using the quick adjustment feature. Quick adjustments allow you to change your defender's assignments without having to individually switch to each defender. To quick adjust players in the secondary, double tap Y or triangle and select your desired receiver's icon. In this case, I'll press LB for my safety, and this will bring up the assignments you can choose for this player, which includes different zones and the ability to man him up on a player by flicking the right stick up, and then selecting the player you want him manned up on. To quick adjust your linebackers, double tap right on the D-pad, then select the desired linebacker you want to adjust, and to quick adjust your lineman, double tap left on the D-pad, then select your desired lineman you want to adjust. When running the ball, be sure to not hold the right trigger before crossing the line of scrimmage, because holding the sprint button will let the defenders disengage from the blocks, preventing you from finding an open hole to run through. Instead, simply move the left stick in the direction of the open gap, and when you pass the line of scrimmage, you can then hold the sprint button to burst through the hole to optimize your run plays. You can add an extra blocker in any pass play using a motion blocker. If you want to buy a little bit more time in the pocket to throw the ball down the field, motion a receiver, and when he runs behind the offensive line, snap the ball, and you'll see that the receiver will turn into an extra blocker, potentially buying you more time to scan the field for open receivers. The scissor adjustment is a defensive setup used by the pros to bait opponents into throwing interceptions. This adjustment is usually done against a solo receiver and a running back lined up on the same side. To set up the scissor adjustment, turn on baseline and select a play like cover 3 hard flat. In the play, man up the safety on the solo receiver side on the solo receiver, and man up the outside corner over the receiver on the running back. At the snap, this defense can make your opponent think the outside receiver is running wide open up the field, while the safety is there to bait the throw for easy picks. This is also a great adjustment if your opponent is spamming running back flats, as an outside corner is generally not manned up on the running back. This can confuse your opponent into thinking he has a wide open throw, leading to big time defensive plays. The most underrated strategy in Madden is called audibling down. Audibling down is when you audible between different formations pre-snap, which makes it extremely hard for your opponent to make the right adjustments on the fly. You can do this pre-snap by pressing X or square, then pressing left or right on the D-pad to change formations. Then after you pick the new formation, you can now select the play you want to audible down to, leaving your opponent unable to predict what you're running next, making your offense multiple times better. If you want a simple but overpowered offense to utilize the new tips you just learned, take a look at this video breaking down part 1 of the best off-meta offense in Madden. I hope these tips helped you out, and if you have any questions, let me know in the comments. Until then, I'll see you next video.